And I 100% think that all the cities that we don't suspect of having these networks have them as well. And the this new sort of theory that I'm trying to understand in my head is that the skyscrapers of today will be the underground bases of tomorrow. That when there's the quote reset or the mud flood or whatever we're talking about, if you look at the top of all of the newest buildings now, but also the old school architecture, the top looks significantly different than the bottom. The top actually looks like buildings that we recognize as other things today, i.e. field houses, power plants, museums, home, like certain style of homes, right? And the part of the building that is the tower underneath is going to become what we think of as the underground base. So like the way that they have like vast, huge underground bases, that supports this sort of like idea that I'm thinking about. And like Chicago to me is like, I'd never been there. It was crazy how like not only are there old buildings right next to new buildings or old buildings that are connected by a walkway to new buildings, but literally some of the old buildings and new buildings are like merged. Like it's an old building and there's like a column of it that's like all brand new and modern and whatever. I'm like, I think this speaks to rising and falling like water levels and land and the constant sort of hiding and revealing of that which has been there for more time, or it with time as a different measurement than what we normally understand it as.
Clearly, this reset mud flood stuff has happened many times. And if you know what it is, it's like the Flatiron building in New York. Apparently, there are 25 stories that are below level. And it used to be called the cow catchers by the Indians because cows would come in at the level that was exposed at the time. And they would come in and hide from storms and stuff like that for some reason. But if we know that, and in Russia, it's the same thing. You look and it's a significant number of levels. And it would explain also why there are these train stations that are at a certain level, because they might have been almost above ground.
I think there's a science to it that is somewhat precise, but I also think that some of it is a crapshoot, right? They do certain things with an idea, like they have a plan A, B, and C, right? And so they're perfectly happy to lose half or 2/3 of their investments as long as 1/3 of their investment proves to be the thing that sets them up as very far advanced in the next iteration of reality. Right. But one of the things I'm noticing with a lot of these cities is the very tallest buildings are never the closest to the coast. What was interesting about Chicago is I recognized that there were some of the same buildings in Chicago that there are here in Austin. They're the exact same, but the building in Chicago has more of the lower part of the building than here, but the top is the same as some of the buildings here, which makes me know also that for people who understand whatever the geometry or the layout of these cities are, they know that there's the same thing in Austin as there is in Chicago. There's probably a similar one, and there's probably classifications of cities that have specific things. And if you understand the layout in one city, you understand the layout in another. So you know where to go to find what you're looking for if you understand the way how to read the map.